Craziness Charters. That is a wild new screen name, but welcome, bro. We got Congo versus Senegal on ESPN right now. My guy got lots of lore. We're here. Estonian Forest Man is here, bro. Even though you're a Fulham fan, every time I read your name, I think Forest, Nottingham Forest specifically, and they had a lot of stuff going on today. What's happening? Welcome. Good to see you. What else we rocking with? I don't know if y'all can hear this, but there is a helicopter outside going crazy. Chartage, when you're ready, let me hear the lore. Estonian Forest hears us. We here, man. Welcome, y'all. We back. Been a minute since our last stream. Good to see everybody. You know what you told me would happen this week. Nah, you didn't tell me. What's happening this week? I'm going to also throw on the Nigeria versus South Africa game, too. South Africa, well in charge of that group, but we're going to play. Wisa is playing, you said. Does Wisa play for... Yeah, Johan Wisa plays for Newcastle. At first, when I read Wisa, I thought of Wan-Bissaka, another Congolese. They got squad. But I'm actually expecting Senegal to win. Check these. A helicopter. Phil Holland, what's up? Come on, DRC. This is actually my first time watching DRC in a long time, probably since Africa Cup of Nations. I'm curious what they look like. My boy Nicholas Jackson is on the ground. That's really why I'm a Senegalese supporter, because, you know, even though he isn't around on Chelsea anymore, I'm still very much going to be following Nicholas Jackson in his career path. We love it. Kevin Durant was good. What's up, Curtis Knight? Suge Knight, younger brother. What's happening? He said, what's good, Kate Dizzle? Chartered said, did I tell you about how I was getting challenged to race by those goofy-ass girls who were tickling my back? Bro, you always have some girls doing something to you. Scotland beat Belarus. Charters, what's that mean for Scotland? Where are you guys in the World Cup qualifying? Oh, Nicholas Jackson with a foul. What's up, people? What's up? I'm just tapping in. Give me 1 second. You. We back. And we back. These African countries are lucky because Estonia lost 5-0 to Italy. Bruh. Tell me why Italy damn near got smacked up by Israel, too. I don't know what's going on in that region. The delivery from Nico Jackson. Found himself in a great position. Yeah, I got 2 TVs here. We might as well throw on this South Africa game as well. Huge opportunity for Senegal. Just for the culture, you feel me? Let's see. What else is going on in the footy world, y'all? What's up, ballers? Chartered said Scotland is second in their World Cup qualifying group, which is good. The top 2 move on, but by 1 goal difference. Okay, we're going to take a look at y'all's bracket soon. Let's sorry, I had to put myself on do not disturb. Da-da-da. We are second, but by 1 goal difference. It's number 1, Denmark, 2, Scotland, 3, Greece. Damn. And I know Greece is coming. Footy Travelers, where am I watching the game? Which platform? We are watching ESPN for these African qualifying games. They are on ESPN Plus. That's probably the best place to catch a lot of these games, to be honest. I'm considering, and it's probably more than considering, I'm thinking about streaming Ivory Coast versus Gabon at noon. And at the same time, I might watch France and Iceland as well, just to see. There's a lot of interesting international games. The France-Iceland one is not as consequential, but Ghana, Ivory Coast is at the top of that group. I'm sorry, not Ghana, Gabon. Gabon is a team Aubameyang plays on. Denis Bouanga, who plays on LAFC out here, plays on that team, and they're doing really well in African qualifying. So, second in that group. If they beat Ivory Coast today, they'll jump to first. That would be an interesting one. So we got a lot of consequential African Confederation games popping up today that are interesting. We also have the U.S. playing Japan today at 4:30, I think. I'm not going to stream it, but I will be watching at some point. I have to go and get an MRI today, guys. Chat. My boys, the Footy Travelers, we're here. I appreciate y'all tapping in. It's good to see even just the logo, the insignia, the famous guy. If you guys don't know about the Footy Travelers, we'll let them know, man. Make sure you tap in with them. Footy Travelers on Instagram. I believe you guys, obviously you guys have a YouTube if you're hitting me. Got to re-up my ESPN Plus subscription. Bro, the amount of subscriptions we need. And also, RIP Stream East. RIP Stream East, RIP Meth Streams. That's where I used to watch all my footy. Now it's just a hodgepodge of different apps. This world is just so crazy. We're going to have to figure it out. But, yeah. Here's Senegal's first foray into the box, real foray. Senegal is a strong team, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all right now. When I saw them smack up England this summer, England weren't coming out soft. They just could not stop it. Sadio Mane has found some new life over in Saudi Arabia. Nico Jackson, the boys, they out here. Chartage, back to playing football. You not injured anymore? I was playing football in PE today. I scored 6 goals, 3 games. Scored a hattie in the first one, second one, and the first one. Man, it's killing. Now we just got to get you to do that. Ooh, Sadio Mane with a meg and some aggression. We got to get you to do that on the pitch, bro. We can't just be PE. You got to be out there with your club doing that. Got to get Stream West now. Big facts. Or something. I'm not going to lie, y'all. I've been working on this, at least mentally, as I'm seeing my boy. Oh, man. I miss Mendy, the former Chelsea keeper, also Senegalese keeper. Crazy, his trajectory. But I'm not going to lie. I've been thinking about just starting a Patreon and just actually showing the games. I think it would be so much more fun than having just this graphic down here with the scoreboard. I just don't feel like violating any antitrust laws. You know what I mean? Any copyright laws. But if we get enough people who are down to come and tap in the Patreon, and I can just run a little covert operation for a little bit. Listen, we might do this. Estonian Forest Man's talking about Estonia versus Andorra currently. Final game for the Estonia legend, Konstantin Vasiliev. Did I say that right? Vasiliev. Konstantin Vasiliev. All right, shout out the legend, Estonian ledge. Yeesh. As we see a foul here. I'm glad ESPN is doing these games. I don't know if it's, even the pitch looks really nice. I don't know what camera crews they're bringing down there, but it's just like, you see it every once in a while. Sometimes the camera angles are so crispy, and sometimes they are not. Estonian Forsman is back on the pitch. Good for you, big dog. Recently back to football training, practice game as a goalkeeper. Only conceded 1. Ain't mad at you. Hey, Estonian Forest man, I'm looking for a goalkeeper out here on my LA team. So if you want to make it out to LA and help us out, let me know. Let me know for the World Cup. We know Chartage is coming. I got a shin injury now. See, this is crazy. Can't be injuring your shins, brother. A lot of crazy news around the world of football, man. I still like Nottingham Forest sacking Nuno Espirito, but then bringing in Ange. It's kind of crazy. I love the Premier League, man. There's nothing better. Damn. We're going to send that. Usually I wake up, I take at least about an hour to not be on my phone, but I had to wake up really early today. And then after that hour, I go and scroll through Instagram and kind of repost stuff that I think is interesting, all that good kind of stuff. But nothing more interesting than some of these games. Koulibaly in the back here. Senegal just look hella comfortable. That's why I like the way they play. Like they look like they will roll into the World Cup and just knock the ball. I do want to see. I am going to watch that Ivory Coast Gabon game. We're going to go ahead and set that up for after this game, y'all. That one starts at noon. Also, Portugal played today. I don't want to forget that. The GOAT, my GOAT, young CR7, playing Hungary, which is no ho, even though they're third in the table. Ireland are second in Portugal's group. Portugal, Ireland, Hungary, and Armenia. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, they play as well today at 11:45. Maybe I'll play that instead of France, Iceland. I'm kind of tired of watching France right now. Lancelot is in the building. What's up, brother? We up. Welcome. We're watching some CAF action today. Footy Travelers, surely if bars can buy display rights, you can get a license with enough Patreon money. That is facts. That is facts. I didn't think about it that way. Do it the legit way. I just got to know who to talk to. And you're right. I would have to get enough Patreon money to like scavenge together. Like everybody put in $5, everybody put in $10, whatever. If we get like, I'm not going to lie, when I did the, and this was a different monster, but when I did the FIFA Club World Cup final watch party, when we did it at that big event space, we had to get licensing from DAZN. DAZN charged us $5,000. Freaking crazy. Freaking crazy. Lancelot, what's new in your world, brother? Bom dia. I don't know if I'll be there from the start of the next stream because I got training right now. Yeah, bro, go to training. It's time to get fit. The issue is you keep hurting yourself. We got to stop that lore. Also, Charteds, we still haven't done a full Charteds reveal, but I know kind of what you look like, and I saw a video on Instagram of a young Erling Haaland. Let me see if I saved it. And I was like, man, I'm pretty sure this was Charteds growing up, or this is Charteds. Erling Haaland growing up is you. It's just lanky, blonde kid, nose for goal, always was attacking the goal. Man, I didn't save it. We'll get to it. Yeah, see, here it is again. Like ESPN's playing this game. There's a lack of sound. There's just always some kind of, and I feel like it's, there's too much technology. There's too much, there's too much for the streams to be this bad. I just feel like they do this on purpose. What are you looking at? Do you see this dog? Look at this dog. What are you looking at? What do you want from me? All right. We're big chilling. Baby the French bully, she only supports France and PSG. A lot of work, man. I hear you, but I'm glad things are going well. Man, I have a love-hate relationship with work. I love to work, but I love to work on things that are fulfilling. And I think in this world we live in, people do a lot. Ooh, a little Rabona. Who is this number 21? People do, people, we we have all these things, these tools, this technology available to us to make life more efficient and make us have to work less. And somehow I'm getting on a tangent, but somehow we're working more and it doesn't make any sense. Who is 21 on Senegal? That kid is a baller. Anyway, all that to say, I'm glad you're doing well, my brother. Keep up the good work, but don't work yourself too hard. Charter said, I'm the next Holland. Estonian Forceman said, you're the next Killian Phillips. Big facts. I love my ballers in the chat. We all got ball knowledge. We know who Killian Phillips really is. Gabon, Ivory Coast, Senegal. What game am I watching? Buster, what it is right now. Number 21 on Senegal is, it's Papa Gueye, the Villarreal winger. Bro, Senegal have a sleeper, scary team. But we're going to see. We're going to see how Congo is. You feel me? You feel me, footy travelers? You feel me? Like, we should not be working. With all this technology we have in this world right now, none of us should be working. The only thing we should be working towards is building a better future and better situation for everybody on this planet. We don't need to be doing all this capitalist stuff. All right. I'm going to get off my high horse about that. But you know what I mean. Do me a favor, y'all. Chat seems a little slow today. Do me a favor if you can and go and hit that thumbs up button at the bottom of the screen, bottom of this YouTube. And obviously, if you haven't subscribed, for whomever is new, even though it seems like we have a lot of our usual ballers in the chat right now. But make sure you subscribe for me. Papa Gueye, 26 years old, 6'2", winger, speed, and clearly he's got tech. By the way, I'm working with Black Arrow FC agency. They're trying to put together a trip, footy travelers. If you're still with me, it's a trip a la, who is this running through? A la the trips that you guys have done in the past. I don't know how you guys do that. I'm just not good at organizing stuff, but I will pull up. They're trying to get together a African Cup of Nations trip, a Morocco excursion. It'll be about a week or so. You'll visit 2 games. You'll go and kind of bounce around Casablanca and Marrakesh, I believe. 2 places I've visited before. Morocco is a beautiful country, a lot of stuff to do. It's not for the faint of heart, though. You either need to definitely travel with a buddy or just have kind of a travel gall about you, because there are a lot of hustlers in that country. They speak multiple languages. They're extremely bright and they're extremely intelligent, but extremely crafty. And you might get sucked into paying. I have a funny matter of fact, Chartage, I got some lore from the Morocco side. You just sold out your Mexico City trip. So I saw that in the newsletter. I'm curious. This is Mexico City at the end of this year, right? Is that what's going on? How do you guys do that, man? It's dope. It's funny, and I saw that, and it's funny because I haven't been to Mexico City, and I want to go really badly, but I've been saving this Mexico City trip I'm, planning for the World Cup. So that's when we hop on to see these tickets tomorrow. I'm gonna be looking at Mexico City first and foremost. Would love to get looped into that trip. Okay, big facts. I will, once I get more information, I will let you know, because that would be dope. That would be dope. Yo. Baby the French Bully, she's up early today. Man, we're already 20 minutes into this game. Ooh, and this is what I think Congo does best. They're just a solid team, and then they can definitely hurt you on set pieces. So that's what you got to watch out. That's why they're top of this group. I don't know why they top of this group, huh? All right. Get off of me. Good girl. No, stay up here. Sit down. You know, I wonder what it would feel like. I wonder what it would be like to try to call games for ESPN, especially on like a lot of these lesser, you know, not as big streams. Like you can tell this is not a huge stream for them. Also, what did I say I was doing? I was going to throw a little bit of this Nigeria game on the other TV. If you guys want to see the setup, I'll show you in a second. Oh, here it is. By the way, in other news, your boy is back on the pitch and back on the hard court. I finally took my GoPro back out. So more GoPro content coming soon for anybody who enjoys that stuff. Good move. Who is this wing back? Look at Koulibaly all the way up the field, yo. Doing back heels and stuff. All right, you're all right, Cooley. You are wilding, bro. Doing the most is what he just did. Oh, and they just got the stadium sound embedded. Iliman and Jai. I don't know what happened there with that. What else is going on in the soccer world? I think while we watch this, I'm gonna roll through some Instagram. Let me throw up ESPN real quick. I love these 9 o'clock games, by the way. The afternoon games are just a little too midday. But to get up early, watch some ball. Also, Footy Travelers, I'm so excited that, you know, I wonder how the Instagram links, you know, not display, but like how they work. A lot of people that we get in these chats actually just are YouTubers and or just in the YouTube environment and find my live, which is why I go vertical, so because they find my live and in these. Burkina Faso is also playing Egypt. I didn't realize that either. Huh. That's not a top of the table match. At least. I just went on a tangent and lost it. But so knowing that you clicked the thing in my Instagram bio is dope. It means people can do that. Cabo Verde versus Cameroon. Oi! Congo's first movement into the box. Puppy, can you cool out? The dog is acting crazy, y'all. Estonian Forest Man says, I don't understand why Estonian clubs are interested in Gambian players. I couldn't tell you anything about Estonian clubs, man. So you got to tell us. You got to tell us what, where, and why. Where, why, and how. Lancelot said, if I could choose only one for you, which qualifiers are more entertaining? Oh my gosh. Right as you say that, Congo sneak into the box, get a strong goal. Wow. They have had to be patient because they've been receiving a lot more than they've been dishing, but they got this goal. What a goal. If I could choose one, which qualifiers? That's a really good question, Lancelot, because look, I would say I obviously, it's kind of more marketing and money. Look at Sadio Mane's right now trying to tell his whole team, calm down. A very lovely play. 1-2 move, a pirouette, and a bullet. Who is number 17 on Congo? A pirouette. That's Bakambu, the striker. Cedric Bakambu. He plays for Real Betis. You know Real Betis is coming for that La Liga with their new signing, Anthony. Balla. That was a goal. Lancelot, this is a great question, and I'm trying to qualify it a little bit because you're talking about qualifiers. Like European qualifiers are not interesting. They're just not typically, the top two teams in each table very easily. Very rarely you'll get like Italy in the same group of somebody else, like Portugal or France or something. But if they're not interesting. But again, European players and European teams are teams you want to watch. So that's kind of me striking Europe off the list of my most exciting to watch. Then I'll go down to South America, and those are intense, but maybe you lose a little bit of the quality of actual ball because they get so intense. But at least they're more competitive in the groups than Europe, maybe because the groups are just kind of bigger. They just stack a lot more teams into these bigger groups, and you have to, instead of having multiple groups of 4 like in Europe, you have like a group of 8 in South America, and the top 4 qualify, right? So you got both, right now it's Argentina. What is it? Argentina, Brazil's number 3. So who's in there? Sure, I can tell you right now. Brazil. Certainly not Bolivia, who they play today. Oh, Brazil's number 2 already. Argentina's well ahead, 38 points. Brazil's in second place with 28 points. Uruguay is who I was thinking of in number 3. They were number 2 for a minute. Colombia is 5. So, yeah, the top 6 automatically qualify, which are Argentina, Brazil, Uruguay, Ecuador, Colombia, Paraguay. And Venezuela's on the bubble. So, I don't know. I got to be honest. To answer your question, it might honestly be CONCACAF just because it's not really that competitive either, but trying to make sure the U.S. qualify is a crazy thing, and we haven't done it before. And quite frankly, if we weren't automatically bid in this World Cup, if we weren't the host nation, it might be a really intense qualifying process, the way we're losing games. Estonian Forest Man said Togo's beaten Sudan. Okay, keeping us updated. Footy Travelers went to IG first. Exactly. IG's where I live too, bro. I don't know how. I want to expand. Obviously, YouTube is where my bread is buttered, but IG is where I live. It's just kind of crazy. We've heard interest in Africa players is about value. We've heard interest in African players is about value. Yeah, I mean, it's like you can get a lot of really good, talented players and develop them for probably a lot cheaper than pulling players from, say, South America or something. Did you know that St. Mirren player? Oh shoot, guys, I'm missing the chat. Zone up 8. Wildness. Messi scored 5 against Estonia. Hold on, Charge. I'm going to get back to your lore. I'm going to see what Footy Travelers are saying. Almost everyone in South America qualifies these days anyway. Yeah, I mean, everyone that people want to see, right? Their qualifying is easy. Estonian Forest Man. Venezuela is on the bubble, right? They will be there. They might have to go to a playoff, but they will be there. Charters, I'm going to read your lore in just a second. Let me get back to something I was doing. Yo, puppy, what are we doing? My dog is playing around right now. Even how ESPN market these games, it's just not good. They're just using big names, right? So Mo Salah. So this Egypt, Burkina Faso. Let me see. Let me not put my foot in my mouth. Let me see where Egypt and Burkina is. But my understanding is Egypt is damn near already qualified. Egypt well ahead in their group, 20 points. Burkina Faso is the number 2 team with 15. Even if Burkina were to beat them, doesn't matter. Egypt is well ahead. So, yeah, it's not really an interesting game. This is a game. Senegal, Congo. Dude, why is this controller acting stupid? All right, Charters, what we got? I was in PE. It always starts with PE. After the football matches, lose 3 goofy girls, asked me to play football, asked them I was cooking. And then the fastest one was ahead of me, and I ran past her and got on the floor and forward rolled into the ball and scored and won something like 17-1. Charters, this is not lore. This is flirting. Oh, my God, and Congo again. All this smack I'm talking about Senegal and Congo are doing what they have been doing all qualifying.
And it's 2-0 in the first half.
Yeesh.
Senegal crumble.
Senegal crumble is crazy. She did not need to say that. She did not need to say that.
Once again.
Also, South Africa are beating Nigeria, so.
Their dreams are on the verge of coming true.
Yeah, it looks like Congo will qualify for the World Cup. Unless Senegal do something serious.
You can tell the wind well and truly in the sails.
The American, ooh, this is a comment. The American market loves individual players. That makes sense for ESPN to market that way. And I agree with that. And I'm not gonna lie, like sports are interesting to me because they're all about storylines, right? Like, shoot, it's the reason Cristiano versus Messi is still a conversation. We love individuals, we love storylines. I just wish it was. How do I say this? I just wish there was a little bit more understanding of other storylines, right? Not just the name, the first name you can think of, the player who's the best player of Liverpool. All right, he's playing for Africa. We have the rights to Africa, so let's just feature this Egypt game that's inconsequential. No, like find some of these other players, find some of these other storylines. There's a lot, and a lot of big names. Oh my God, Sadio Mane's giving the ball away. Senegal look at 6s and 7s, yo. And this is kind of the same thing I see, when I watch the U.S. play. Not saying that Senegal is so talented, but they have a lot of named players who have plied their trade in Europe, plied their trade at big clubs. And quite frankly, again, some of the times I've seen them, they've looked very they've looked like they've had really good team chemistry. So I thought this would be something. But just like the U.S., Congo have a very simple game plan. We're going to hold what we have and get forward quickly. And every time they've gotten forward, they've had opportunities in the box and they've scored goals. Charlie said, I got to read the rest of the lore. Okay. Lancelot said, if we take Salah out for a moment, Egypt has a decent team. Egypt does have a decent team. I wouldn't say they're the best African team, but they definitely do have a decent team. That's another team I haven't seen is Algeria play. I think they've got a squad as well. Yeah, Egypt's got a squad. Let me look at that. Just all the nations ranked. South Africa definitely have a team as well, obviously. Cape Verde being at the top of their group with Cameroon, Angola in it is pretty nuts. Morocco, talk about decent team. Morocco have a squad. Vasiliev getting sub. Goodbye, legend. Goodbye to the Estonian legend. Charter said 6s and 7s. See, man, you youngins think you guys invented everything. 6s and 7s is an old term. It just means like, where does 6s and 7s come from? Just means like you're not stable. That's a you know what? That's a good question. Where is that? 6s and 7s refer to an idiom which means to be in a state of confusion, originating from a risky, unpredictable throws in the 14th century dice game Hazard. There it is. Everything has a background. So that's the original 6s and 7s. I don't know about this new 6-7 that the soccer players are doing. 6-7, is that how you do it? 6-7. This is a personal one. I want to see Gabon because of ABBA. I ain't mad at you, Lancelot. We're doing that next for sure, because I love Cote d'Ivoire. That's my kind of. I mean, I love a lot of the French African teams. That's why I like watching Senegal too. But Cote d'Ivoire is definitely my team. So Gabon versus Cote d'Ivoire. Aubameyang, yes. Oi! Onside? Y'all, we got a game on our hands.
And then turn home. And Senegal will have one back.
And that's the Real Betis, not Real Betis, the Valencia winger we were just talking about.
Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yo, we got a game, yo. Easy passing. Good shot from Njai. And then, yeah, touches it in. And Denis Bouanga, exactly. So we're definitely going to watch that game. I'm going to actually create the graphic at halftime, and we'll look at that. Chartich, all right, we'll see you in the next one. Sometimes, though, I watch these games and I get too excited, and they end up being trash. This game is actually good. Still trying to turn to this game. There we go. Do I think Morocco will have a similar World Cup like Qatar? I don't think so. I think people are going to be prepared for them, but we will see. We got a lot more teams coming into this World Cup. Like I'm excited about a lot of these African teams that are going to be in here. Again, Congo, if they do their thing right, they'll be in the World Cup for, I believe, the first or second time in their history. Maybe the first time in their history. Alexa, has Congo ever been to the World Cup?
The Congo national football team has never qualified for the World Cup. However, they did win the Africa Cup of Nations in 1972.
Thanks.
Would you like to know more about Congo's performance in the Africa Cup of Nations?
Nope. So we're gonna see, but I do think Africa's gonna make some noise in this World Cup. We're gonna see. I think the conditions suit African teams a lot better. It'll be in the United States, a little humidity, some heat. You know, the Europeans can't deal with it, and I doubt some of the South American teams will be able to deal with it too. We're gonna see, but certainly the Europeans, that's gonna be a kind of a funny thing. Just based on what foot skill from Njai. Oh, my God. And a shot. Oh, my God. Njai balling, bro. Estonian football Forest Man said they went to the World Cup as Zaire. We're gonna have to double check that, but that's dope. After the liberation, when they became the Democratic Republic, they were. I'm gonna look it up. Man, this is why I love these chats, man. Bringing us stuff. Alexa, has Zaire ever been to the World Cup?
Zaire, which is now known as the Democratic Republic of Congo, qualified for the World Cup once in 1974. They were the first sub-Saharan African team to participate in the tournament.
Estonian Forest Man with the ball knowledge, bringing us some dope knowledge, bro. I love it.
Hey, I'm no Forest Man, but I do love dropping some.
No.
What's your next burning question, bro?
Appreciate it, Alexa, but cool out. Yo, good shout on that one. That is real.
All right, I'll cool it. Glad I could help with the football facts. Catch you later.
Do you hear how Alexa is talking to us right now? AI and all of this stuff that we're working with in this world is crazy. By the way, let me show you guys the setup real quick, because I think it's a good one. This is what we're working with. We got the game of the day on right now, Congo versus Senegal, and then we're gonna pop over here. We just taking a look at Nigeria and how they're doing. Again, Nigeria has a lot of I don't know what you call it. They have like a lot of street credibility, a lot of they're just a brand. As a country, they're a big brand. A lot of English internationals or non-English internationals who are second generation, first generation even, playing for that team. And obviously Nike making the dopest jerseys for them. Wesley Carvalho, Brazil played Bolivia today. I'm not going to watch that game either, but that'll be a fun one. I want to keep an eye on that. I want to keep an eye on our young Chelsea star boy, Esteval. But welcome, bro. Welcome. Flamingo 3-1 Chelsea. You're so funny. Though Chelsea lifted the trophy and Flamingo went home. Y'all got some money, though. Y'all got some money off of it. But I'll give you that. Flamingo. I get that all the time. I wish my other Brazilian was in the building. Keys. He is another Flamingo fan. Wesley, we watch games all the time over here. If you want, make sure you subscribe. Tap in with us. We're here. The AI have to be friendly before betraying our trust. Yeah. It's pretty much settled now. The Terminator, the world of Terminator is going to happen. AI is certainly taking over in the craziest ways. That's another reason I'm so big on this brand and this platform. Bro, Njai is balling, bro. I didn't realize that this guy, I was not familiar with his game. Whoop! Both Senegalese wingers are absolutely balling right now. Hold up. Hold the phone. Lehman Njai, he plays for Everton. He's a baller, but he is like doing stupid stuff here. He's sombreroing people on the wing. Quick feet move. Really good touch between him and Papa Gay, Villarreal player. That was who the original goal scorer. They're balling. We need to see more out of Sadio Mane, to be honest. Meanwhile, Nigeria have just gotten one back over South Africa. Man, today's a good day for footy, man. Give me a fun fact about Esteval Lancelot, because I want to know, man. I wasn't familiar with Esteval's game too much, and then I watched like maybe 2 Palmeiras games where he was good for an 18-year-old, but they were giving him Neymar comparisons. So I guess I was expecting so much more, and I was a little disappointed. Then I saw him obviously score against my team, Chelsea, in the Club World Cup, and again he showed that effort, he showed that brilliance, but it wasn't Neymar-esque. Wesley, Okay, you don't understand English. No problem. Lancelot, give my boy Wesley, give him the give him the lowdown, bro. Let him know that this is a channel where we just hang out, we watch games, we do all kinds of stuff on here. I need to work more on my Portuguese. Estival is from the same town that you live. So are you a big Estival fan, Lancelot? Yes, Estonian Forest Man. 1-1 Nigeria and South Africa. That's a big one for Nigeria. Estival's from Franca, Sao Paulo. Okay. Como se diz? I'm going to try it in Portuguese, right? Bienvenidos, Wesley. That's Spanish. Bem-vinda. Oh, you're not from Franca, but you live in Sao Paulo. Bro, Sao Paulo is one Brazilian city that I haven't visited. I've been to Brasilia. I've been to Rio, obviously. I've been to where else have I been? I've been all over, but never went to Sao Paulo. I went to Bahia. I got to get back. Brazil is definitely one of my favorite countries. Rio is my favorite city on earth, funny enough. But yeah, Franca, Sao Paulo, I'm going to have to check out. Did y'all hear that? The dog did. Yo, Gay and Njai are balling out here. These Senegalese boys are ballers. I know Congo is winning, but it just looks good. It looks like they're having fun with it, which I appreciate. And I would love to see that shown in the World Cup. I think we are going to see a good amount of that, to be honest. Women's World Cup 27, here we come. Oh, yeah. That is next on the list, huh? Brazil. Oh, my God. What a tough header. No. You guys remember the World Cup 2014 in Brazil was next level. I think the Women's World Cup will be really fun. It'll just be a party. Curious to see how the Brazilians, I mean, we've seen how the country of Brazil rallies around their men's team. I would be really curious to see the energy coming up for the Women's World Cup. So that'll be funny. Fun. Armenia's beating Ireland. Yikes. We got about 15 seconds till halftime. I'm going to go get some tea. We're going to set up the next stream. We'll definitely watch Ivory Coast and Gabon. We'll make this an African watch party stream. Halftime, people. Yeah, it's been a good matchup. I'm glad we turned this game on. This is a good game. Wisa. Your boy Chart is not here anymore, but Wisa scored. Why is the time still rolling? Halftime, people. Let's go get some. Go get some. Sorry, I'm trying to do something with this microphone, y'all. That's not working. We're just going to carry it. Okay. ESPN for the win, though. Peace out, footy travelers. Appreciate you. We will see you a little bit later. Hopefully we can hop on a call after this stream, and we'll get that going, bro. Guys, if you don't know the footy travelers, Colin and Mike, super dope guys, good friends that I've met while traveling to different countries for the World Cup. I'm trying to remember the first, I think it was World Cup Qatar. It was just before that. That's when I met Mike. That's when I met Colin. And then tapped in with them in Qatar, and then tapped in again with them during the Women's World Cup in Australia, or in Australia, New Zealand. So they're everywhere, just like me. They got a great platform, trying to inform Americans of the kind of the dope life you can live traveling for soccer. And we're going to try to put something together for World Cup, the first phase of World Cup tickets tomorrow. It should be good. So we're going to do a live stream tomorrow morning. If you guys didn't know, make sure to tap in. We're going to be purchasing World Cup tickets live. So hopefully you'll be purchasing with us. Why am I walking in circles? Oh, because I'm looking for my mug. There it is. You already know. EPB mug. This is how we do. Let's put you somewhere. How about here? We're just getting some tea, y'all. You know, I actually should put you here. See the whole kitchen. I need the dollars. Dollars is what I need. Bet. What else is going on, y'all? Halftime. Draft day. Johnny Manziel. What are we doing for soup? Soup. For some tea today, we're going to go with mint for Morocco, for the African Cup of Nations, and black for the morning. English breakfast. Gotta pour the tea like a Mariah, you feel me? I need the dollars, dollars, dollars is what I need. Ah, what a beautiful morning. Uh-oh. Except for this fly on the table. What else is up, y'all? I need the dollars. All right. While we sit here, I have an MRI at 4 o'clock, which sucks, but I've been needing to try to get scans on my knee for a long time. So we're going to do that. I need the dollars. Dollars is what I need. Do we need breakfast? Yeah, low key. What? You should see how this dog is looking at me now. Why is she side-eyeing me? Bro. What did I do to you? This is a very late question, but did I get hacked on Instagram? Very late, bro. But all good. I did get hacked on Instagram. I actually got hacked almost everywhere. I got hacked on LinkedIn. I got hacked on, they went everywhere. It's a long story, but it was a crypto. Yep, it was a crypto scammer out of Nigeria. She even, I'll even show you since we're on stream. She even took selfies on my profile. How crazy is that? She was taking selfies on my Eat, Pray, Ball profile. I archived the, like she was just sitting there going through all my stuff, taking videos, taking selfies. Then she started posting soccer content in order to like continue to trick people into thinking that it's me who's still running the page. It was a whole ordeal. Shout out to my friends at Meta who have been trying to help me get that stuff together. At least they helped me get my account back. My account is still shadow banned right now. Nothing I can do about it until they fix it. So that's where I am. But hopefully that's a lesson to y'all. Secure your passwords. Get multi-factor authentication, even though it doesn't really work for Instagram. You know what the biggest lesson with me is? I was talking to the Footy Travelers about Instagram being so like my number one thing that I do, my number one communication. And so when it got hacked, I felt like my life was over. That was the crazy thing. Yeah, man. It was crazy. I'm gonna get back to Wesley's. Yeah, like what are you doing? And why are you hacking me, bro? I'm just trying to spread love. Like go hack somebody else's account. Go hack Andrew Tate or something. I don't know. It was weird, but yeah. Wesley Carvalho, Brazil will win the 26 World Cup. So let me be completely honest, because I don't know how I feel, and I'm curious what you guys think in the chat. In terms of storylines only, like I have my allegiances, my loyalties. My loyalty at the World Cup is obviously the USA, and France is my other team that I'm always loyal to. The USA because obviously I'm American, but France because French football, French players, French African players also got me into the sport as thirsty as I am. Also Brazilians. I'm a big Brazilian fan. I'm a big fan of Neymar. So I want Neymar to win a World Cup. I really do. I think it would be important not important for him, but I think he deserves it as a part of his legacy. He's always thought of as the king, the prince who never became king, all of that. However, I'm also a big Cristiano Ronaldo fan, and he's my GOAT. So Portugal, who actually have the team to do it, who have the team to win the World Cup, I want them to win as well, right? So I'm a little torn. Obviously, I want the US to do well. I don't need them to win. I would like them to win, but I actually don't want this team to win because it doesn't make sense. And they shouldn't, and they won't. I'll tell you that right now, the way we're playing. The other team is France. I would love for France to win the World Cup and Mbappe to get a second one and his third final in 3 World Cups, that would be amazing because I'm a huge Mbappe fan. That's kind of back to Americans being fans of specific individuals, right? So because of Neymar, I want Brazil to win. Quieres que Brazil gane el mundial? Is that how you say it in Portuguese? You guys help me out. I'm trying to work on things. But I want Portugal to win too because of Cristiano. I want France to win because of Mbappe. I also kind of want the Netherlands to do really well. I think they have a team that could make real big noise. They've never won a World Cup in their history, and they're like probably the best team and best country to not win a World Cup, which is crazy. So there's a lot of storylines about this World Cup that I think are very interesting. I would also love for a team like Côte d'Ivoire or Morocco. I would love for those teams to win the World Cup. So there's just a lot of possibilities that I would love to happen. Let's get back in there. Get back to the second half. So yeah, I mean, one thing about this World Cup is like I won't be mad if a lot of teams win. I certainly won't be mad if Brazil win. I would love to see Brazil win and get back to their. I just don't think Brazil are good enough, unfortunately. I think they needed a coach earlier. You know, whether Ancelotti is the guy to do it, who knows? But I also think they need a striker. Unfortunately for my guy Wesley Carvalho, I admire Carvalho's facts. Like I just think for those Flamengo fans, Bruno Henrique is just too injury prone. Pedro is a little too old. Like Brazil need a talisman striker. I don't think Richarlison is really that guy, unfortunately. Maybe João Pedro, now that we're seeing him pop on the scene, but he's not really a striker to me, to be honest. That's a different conversation. Who else? Endrick. I really thought if Endrick went to Madrid like he did last year, like I thought he made all the right moves. But, obviously you're not going to start over Mbappe, Vinny, Rodrigo, any of those people. So God, that's so good. All right, we got tea. We're set. Tastes good. Let's keep it moving. Let's get back to the game. Neymar lost a 6-0 game, the biggest defeat of his life. Yeah, you're right, because he wasn't technically playing in the 7-1 against Germany. But I do think Neymar deserves redemption. Maybe he doesn't deserve a World Cup. I think Cristiano Ronaldo deserves a World Cup. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Second half. Yeah. That's what I want to ask. Wesley, let's see if I can translate it. Wesley, voce acá que Neymar merece, like merits, uma Copa do Mundo. Neymar this year. Yeah. Let me say this. Should Neymar be on the selecção? Neymar deveria estar na selecção? That's the question. Ya el pregunto. Is Neymar good enough to lead the team? Let me ask that one. That's an even better question. Is Neymar still good enough to lead the team to uma Copa, a World Cup, Copa do Mundo? Neymar ainda é bom o suficiente para liderar o seleção uma Copa do Mundo. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, okay. Yeah. Yo también. I agree. Yes, 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 and yes. Sim, sim. Eu concordo. Pero it's going to be hard. All right. Second half. Segundo partido. All right. We're lined up. Hey, Wesley Carvalho. Still, he's still my guy. One of my favorite players. I want him to win something. Buzzy. Venci, papi. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. All right, we're ready. A lot of stuff going on today. Second half, y'all. She only watches French teams. She don't never pay attention during these games. This is an interesting game because Senegal have been dominating. Senegal have been showing their class. But Congo are efficient. They go forward quickly. Yeah, like what are Senegal doing there?
Shirt there, so nothing given. It continues. Guy goes down and stays down. Whisper. Catches the t-shirt. Gate.
A lot of stuff going on there.
There's the Newcastle man who stays down. With the referee there. Lifted back up to his feet by his teammates. very long time since the Congo were able to beat Senegal. This fixture in the early qualifying stages finished in a draw.
Y'all, we're seeing Nigeria do something against South Africa right now.
Due to the sheer volume of people trying to get into the type of markers.
Wesley, he's not the same Neymar as before, but he deserves to go to the World Cup. Sì, io concordo.
Congo try and find another way through, and just wide, the crowd leap to their feet. There are two players in very good positions there.
Congo are
Unable to
playing.
turn it forward. Whistler being one of them who jogs away. Close to adding a second to his name for the night.
I just think Neymar is a leader. He needs to be at the World Cup for sure. Creo que todos los jugadores do Brasil, what is admire Neymar. Amo Neymar. Let's do translate.
Right opening. Sec. Okay.
Yeah, todos los jugadores do Brasil admiram o Neymar.
Showing a way of support. Swept in to tap home. Ball that pinged off the underside of the post.
Ele é líder. Yeah.
Jogs over to take it.
Yeah. We're going to see. I got high hopes for my boy.
Plays it short. In delivery. Headed up and over. This time round. Victory third half. He had some spectacular saves in the first half. Isn't called into action. Takes his time.
Botafogo 1, PSG 0. Yeah? Pero João Pedro, Chelsea. João Pedro, Esteval, Andre Santos. We have a lot of Brazilians. Whoa!
And there is their
Senegal! Senegal! Doing their thing.
And he's been made to punish this time round.
Senegal. 2-2.
Dragged back to the centre circle.
Was that Idrissa Ganagay?
Out of nowhere, Senegal are level. And all the hard work done in the first half come undone.
Wow. This is a game. This is a game worth streaming, y'all. Do me a favor. Thumbs up this stream. Let's bring more people in here. What a goal. Who was that? Oh, that was Nicholas Jackson.
There's Nicholas Jackson.
Nicholas Jackson. Tying it up.
The ball into the back of the net.
This is a fun team to watch.
He's done so well to turn it home. And Senegal level.
All Nicholas Jackson needs to do is just keep playing, man.
So
He has
after
got
variation,
everything. Football is about confidence, but he's got everything.
we're going to take back to 2-2 now. Democratic Republic of Congo. We need to dig deep with a foul given. Just equalised Senegal.
EPB, this is a personal question. What is my first ever World Cup memory? Wow. First ever World Cup memory, honestly and truly, is Roberto Baggio. I guess that was 1994, so it was in the United States, I'm pretty sure. And
Given away.
I
Congo on the
did
charge.
not go to the game. So if you want to know my first
Trying to
like
find a way through.
World Cup memory at a game, I can tell you that. But I didn't go to the game, but it was in the United States. I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia at the time, and I just remember I was a soccer player. I was starting to identify as a soccer player. And then I saw Roberto Baggio and his little curly hair, and he was the top striker in the World Cup. So again, from an American perspective, it's always about these individuals. And then my dad gave me a poster of Roberto Baggio that I had in my room for about 6 years or something like that. So that's my first World Cup memory. It was Roberto Baggio with the little rat tail. And what a time that was, 1994. At some point, I started supporting France just because of the African players. I don't even really remember, Marcel Desailly and Makaleli and players like that. I just remember them standing out. And then France got to the final, and it was against Brazil, and it was a big time final. And that was when I first kind of became aware of Ronaldo, Phenomenal. Ronaldo Phenomenal. I don't discount this because I talk about a lot of strikers. I talk about Drogba's. I talk about the Cristianos. I don't talk a lot about Ronaldo, but Ronaldo Phenomenal was number one for me. He kind of looked like me, right? Same kind of skin tone. He looked bigger. I'm sure I'm pretty much bigger than him, but he was big on the field. He was a big presence. He was fast. So he really changed the game for me. But then when France beat them, I became a France supporter. I became a France supporter. Ui, falta.
Showed the direction of Patgate.
But that's a great question. Lancelot, you always come with the dope questions. I appreciate you.
First goal.
No one in Brazil had hope in Botafogo. I'm just reading this. Yeah, that was a crazy game. Loco. Partido loco. Can I say that? I'm mixing my Spanish with my Portuguese, but crazy game.
Down on the ground again. That's too soon because you realise the ball's been turned over. Voicing their discontent towards the referee.
What about you, Lancelot? What's your first World Cup memory? That's a good question. Fiki 211111. What's up, bro? Ronaldo or Messi? For me, it's Ronaldo.
Building. All level as we approach the 60-minute mark. Jackson tries to find a way through once again. Goalkeeper this time is alert and gets there first. again. And back towards Jackson. And Joy up in support. Through by backfield from Gay and Jones all caught out and spun around himself.
This game is getting stretched, man.
Charge forward. And then the Saka on the ball takes a look up. It's a inviting delivery but blocked by the first green shirt. Too many opportunities at either end since the second goal.
Nick Jackson runs into this player. My first ever is the 2006 World Cup, France versus Brazil. Whew! Zizou. But the World Cup that left a huge mark on my life is South Africa 2010. Big facts. That was a crazy World Cup. Definitely. I completely understand. That was Jubilani balls floating in the air, vuvuzelas. I mean, that was a great World Cup. And that's why it's so funny people talk about the corruption in FIFA. But without the corruption, we wouldn't have some of the exposure we've had. I know it's like, it's so crazy how there's some evil and good. And it's just, it's the duality of life. I had a few memories from the 2006 World Cup. But 2010, that's the one I remember well. Yeah. I'm trying to remember some of the big storylines. Obviously, the first one that comes to mind, like the very first one in 2010, is Luis Suarez handball against Ghana. Ghana were absolutely on their way to the World Cup. I mean, to the semifinal, or maybe it was the quarterfinal. And Luis Suarez handball, and then not Idrissa Gana Gueye. That was Asamoah. It was Ghana. Asamoah Gyan missed the penalty kick, and Uruguay went through. That was heartbreaking for me and heartbreaking for all Africans. I also remember Spain. It was the height of tiki-taka. I mean, nobody could beat that. It looked exhausting to watch them just passing it around. So I remember that. I wanted Netherlands to win so bad. They had a chance. Arjen Robben had a chance to score a goal. Missed it. And then I think it was Andres Iniesta who scored the winner. Good memories. Oh, yeah. South Africa, Mexico was huge. Did South Africa win that game, or maybe they tied? It was a spectacle for sure. Even the opening ceremonies. Yeah, Italy was garbage. Which was crazy because, that happens. World Cup winners usually then, don't do well the next year, which is why it was big for France to make it back to the final in 22 after winning in 18.
All the visitors, movement on the Senegal bench was brought away by a whistle. It's been tended to. It's Ilman and Jai, his rival in the Premier League, who picks it up. Over the top, but loose possession. Shove on the back of Worcester, and he goes rolling once again.
Cristiano Ronaldo, crazy goal, the one on the back of his head versus North Korea. I forgot about that too.
Nicely and headed just wide.
Diego Forlan in the Jubilani, the best ball he had ever struck. Wait, so to that point, Lancelot, what do you think was the best World Cup? Honestly and truly, of all the World Cups you've now watched. Yeah, Germany smacked Argentina. That's what made the 2018 World Cup so interesting. Was that 18? I guess that was 2014 World Cup. Argentina and Germany facing off again, and Germany beating them. After Germany beat Brazil that way, though, there was no. They were bound to win.
Made his way onto the pitch, the Sunderland winger.
Yeah,
Collection of Sunderland players.
Botafogo, but nobody likes Botafogo, right? Obviously, Flamengo is the biggest club in the world. Biggest club in Brazil, I should say. But, you know, we got Santos, we got Palmeiras, we got Fluminense, which we have a lot of people in LA who are big Fluminense fans. Brazil's disaster game against the Netherlands. Yep. Even though I don't think that team, that 2010 Brazil was not a good team. Kaká led that team. They had Michel Bastos playing striker, or maybe he was playing winger or something. It just wasn't a good squad. Really? It's easy for me, and maybe because I was there, I don't know. But Qatar was the best World Cup, hands down. Maybe that's not true. Qatar was the best final. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, hold on. Congo.
Just can't stay on his feet. A golden opportunity. But he couldn't stay upright.
Because I would have loved to see the other World Cups. The 86 World Cup. That's Hand of God, Maradona. 1990. I can't think of what 1990 was, the significance of it, or where it was, actually. Alexa, where was the 1990 World Cup played?
The 1990 FIFA World Cup was held in Italy from June 8th to July 8th, 1990. It was the second time Italy hosted the tournament, with games played in 12 stadiums across 12 different cities.
And who won?
Germany won the 1990 World Cup.
That must have been the Jurgen Klinsmann win.
0 in the final.
Yeah, 1990. Nobody really talks about those kind of memories, but
Germany won the 1990 FIFA World Cup, defeating Argentina 1-0 in the final.
Thanks, Alexa. But based on the ones that you remember, 2014, Lancelot. That seems like that would be the worst World Cup. I mean, it was great because it was in Brazil. It was vibes. There were some good games. There were some good players who popped out. James Rodriguez, I'll never forget his goal. I saw that live, by the way. I saw that. It was against Ivory Coast. Man, I want to do a stream where I go back through some of my pictures and show you guys some of that stuff. This is me at the This is me at the 2014 World Cup. I was in it was such a good time. This is Portugal against Ghana. We went to that game. That was so fun.
Takes his time, waits for support to arrive.
You know, just meeting people. Look how young I look there. Dope stadium. I think this was the Maracanã. This was in Brasilia. This was Ivory Coast versus, you know, I was always wearing USA gear. It was a fun time because it actually was cool to be patriotic during that time. I don't know how much USA gear I wear now. I mean, obviously, I still have some cool shirts. But it was such a fun time. I'm trying to find the, you know, this is me with a bunch of Brazilian girls and their brother. It was such a fun time, man. I miss it. I wish I knew then what I kind of know now, but you have to. I used to have people sign. This is like a famous Moroccan. She wasn't famous. She was like a Moroccan TV anchor. and everybody was signing my flag. It was a good time, man. Qatar was a good show. I mean, Qatar's final is the best World Cup final, I think, ever. 3-3, hat trick for Kylian Mbappe. Old versus new, right? Messi, legend on his way out. Mbappe, a new one. It was great. I picked 2014 because of the context. The country was having a really, really bad moment socially. That's facts. You know, it's funny that you say that the World Cup was an escape from reality. I'm trying to see if I can find that because I agree it was an escape from reality, man. Wow. Looking back at all these old photos of the Brazil World Cup, but at the same time, I remember people weren't excited about all these people being here. So I remember trying to see if I can find it. We were in the favelas, and it was spray painted on there. It was like FIFA, vai fanculo or something like that. It was like FIFA, go fuck yourself, which was crazy. This was walking up to the stadium in Brasilia. Trying to see if I can. That was a good time. Hold on, I'm gonna try to find like really dope pictures. Te quiero mucho, muito, muito. The stands with the Colombian fans. Ivory Coast beauties that I found. Man, what a time. World Cup 2014 was, I mean, it was my first introduction into Brazilian steaks and Brazilian steakhouses. Oh, the food, man. FIFA vai tomar no cu. Yeah, exactly. It was something like that. I have a picture of it. I just need to find it. I was very surprised. I thought everybody was so happy to have all these people here. This is us in Copacabana. There's a little fan fest back here behind. Let's see if I can find it. Man, all the food was so fire. Oh my God, this was a steakhouse in Brazil. I just got to show you that. The food was so fire. That's why it's eat, pray, ball, man. That's why eating comes first. Just the beautiful women that we would see just randomly. She was a baddie. I can't find it. But yeah, once we got to Rio, we used to see a lot of signs around the city of, yeah, FIFA, get out, no thank you, all that kind of stuff.
Something, there needs to be slightly more clinical than this.
Damn, good memories, man. You were a part of the protest? That's crazy. The government decided to put all the country's money right instead of building schools, I heard. You were a part of the protest because the government decided to invest all the country's money on building new and unnecessary stadiums, right? Facts. And they were having issues with the schools and all of that. Man, what a time. And it's just crazy. I don't know what is in my nose, but you know, you just got to have something itching. I'm going to find this that I was talking about because we did a whole walk. So we stayed in a favela. At that time, it was when Airbnb first came out. Yeah, all of that money did go to the trash. It's like it's not sustainable. Same thing happened in Qatar. They came, they built stadiums. In Qatar, what they did was they built some stadiums that were deconstructible because they knew they were never going to have 80,000 fans in those stadiums again. But we're not sure what happened with those stadiums. We stayed in the Santa Marta favela. Trying to see if I can show you. This is the Michael Jackson space, Michael Jackson Square, where they had this artwork, and then they had this statue. Damn, you're just taking me. You're taking me down. Me taking you down memory lane. Just thinking about this stuff. It was a good time, but yeah, that's crazy, bro. The protests were crazy, and it was a little scary at first, but then you're right. Like, I think once Brazil played their first game, everything changed and it became a party again, and it started to feel like how Carnival felt, really. I'm just looking for that one picture.
Democratic Republic of Congo would maintain their position top of the group.
Yeah, I can't find it, but yeah, a good time, a crazy time. Yeah, 2014 was good for nostalgia. Was that your first World Cup, Lancelot, where you were present, like you were there? I gotta send this in a WhatsApp group. This is. Yeah, good times, man. You're right. 2014 was a good time. Oi! And Senegal! Offside?
The flag is up. And it won't stand. Well, a perfectly taken free kick routine. The timing just slightly off. And, well, let's take a look back.
Wow, the actual person who scored was not offside. Oh, yes, it was. Yes, he was. That was Sadio Mane, by the way, who we've been waiting to see more in this game. So we are level still. 2 goals apiece. Coming through those two linking up. Just again on the ball again. Set. 33 years old. Y'all, we actually got a game on our hands. ESPN Plus, if you're looking for where to watch it, but I will let you know how it goes. Also, Nigeria doing well against South Africa. All they need is another goal.
the opening goal in this game. 3 goals in 3 games for him. We'll see him take that. And it's now all level. He's been replaced by Mr. Mayele. He's football for Pyramid FC in the Egyptian Premier League. Well onto his area. But Congo fizzles out before Mayele can get that.
You know what's crazy? You can't play with any of these teams on FIFA. I think Senegal is. Well, actually, no. I don't think Senegal was on FIFA either. I'm going to try to do more FIFA Fridays.
Around this point, the last game against Sudan is 1-2-1. Nearly even, but I feel today has been such an instrumental part of what Senegal have done. Coach's imperative, I feel, will be to keep the guy on the pitch. Limping slightly. Previous future Fox winner. Domestic football in PA. Well, Congo on the attack. High looping delivery. Headed down. Defended by the captain Koulibaly. Counter attack, Sadio Mane charging. Just walked away from his feet. Into the final 10 minutes. Imagine we'll have a chunk of time at the end added on. 5 minutes added on at the end of the first half. There's a few stoppages in the second half. Still, this will not be over in the 90 minutes. Can either team break the deadlock in that time, though?
This is crazy. Trying to remember who, if this ends up being a tie, I guess Congo stays at the top of the table.
Would have been disappointed to concede in the manner he did to beat the back up after a really solid first half.
Congo are doing their thing right now.
And given as a Senegal throw, and the roar once again you can hear from the crowd. Another decision they feel should have gone their way. Deflected and then collected by the goalkeeper. Regulation time to play. Senegal leaving it late instead to topple the Congo from the top of the table. rolled out. Leaving the pitch. The
My bad, y'all. I'm a little distracted now. We're still watching. Sadio Mane is making his way out. Also over here on the other side, Nigeria is still tied with South Africa. 84th minute. 2-2. Been a good game so far.
Charlie, the next winger. He was instrumental to their promotion last season, making his way onto the pitch. 15 goals and 4 assists. He scored. Also, round the back of the net against England. Spain became the first African nation to beat England back in June. The deal on the paper for me to Middlesbrough, which fell through this transfer window. 5 minutes left to play. Sec. His keeper and Rob Mendy. All level. Will we have a winner? The them up here, or will it be point shared between the top two? Advancing with pace is Senegal.
Ooh, what a goal!
And there's the winner.
Yeah, game winner.
Senegal finally have their third goal.
And Senegal do their
And that
thing.
won't be ruled out.
What a game this has been. Can be ruled out. Oh, okay.
A result that will send them top of the table.
Top of the table, the Senegalese. What a goal.
Well, so
What a
much
game. Team went down 2-0.
utilizing it so well.
And they
able
just
to
fought
charge
back.
through the DR Congo defense. And there's nothing that Dimitri Bergtaud could do to stop that.
A good combination of this right wing.
Return.
Who did he play it to?
The substitute. Sabali sending it central.
Who is that?
With so much pace. DR Congo have stood so strong.
Sabali is the one who came in for Sadio Mane.
The ball fell to the feet of
But
Kapsar.
the goal scorer, no, that's not Papsar.
There was nothing that they could do.
Oh, it is. It's Papa Imsar. They got a lot of Papa Sars on this team. Hold on.
A hugely important goal.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Papa Gay. This is Popsar. Tottenham Hotspur player.
It could be a goal. It will send Senegal to the top of the table.
Papa Gay,
All the frustration
Nicholas Jackson, and Popsar.
will be amongst the DR Congo camp.
What a squad. I'm telling y'all about this Senegal. There's a reason I put this game on for stream today.
History, the first time in a generation. They've come close to
EK fue.
Senegal. It all changed in the second half. And they're claiming that there's a foul in the build-up. And, well, tensions all boiling over.
They are throwing bottles on every side of the field out here in Congo. Congo are angry.
They started so well for the hosts. So much hope coming into this game, top of the table.
I got to double check. I think the top of the table in each group goes directly to the World Cup, but second place have to go into a playoff. So this is a big moment.
Have the third goal. on at the end. It's been 90 minutes. Will it be enough to see the Congo chase for an equaliser? Well, it's been the other way round all game. It's been Senegal who have had to really huff and puff and fight their way through.
Let's also double check how many games are left, because there are going to be more fixtures.
Top of the table clash, which always promised to deliver, and as we cross over the 90 minutes, it's a game that is.
Yeah, they got at least, like everybody, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They should have 6 more games. Oh, 6 more games. October, they're playing South Sudan.
Senegal now, who have been the chasers all game, who now have to hang on.
Then they play Mauritania, Botswana, Congo again. Oh, no. There's only 2 more games of qualification. This is huge. This is a big big win for Senegal right here.
Senegal's number 6. Briefly stops as around the stadium to remove the objects that have been thrown onto the pitch. Stands have been cleared.
You can hear some kind of police something outside. They're going crazy in the Congo. They haven't told us how much extra time, but we're already a minute and a half into it. Obviously, a minute and 30.
The additional minutes played. Congo desperate to equalise. Himself well.
The Congolese still throwing bottles in the field. Wildness.
Yeah. Ball through the area and cleared away. Only up for a corner.
Benjamin Mendy back there in goal.
Jogging over to take the corner kick to goal on match day 7. Swimming ball, nicely weighted. They won their Cometis in the blue and red. And Senegal will try and come away with it. And 3 of the additional minutes down. A real change in the atmosphere.
Here's Njai. Let's see if they go corner flag. Yeah, the Everton man's going to be chill.
Such an integral part of what Senegal have
God,
done
he's so smooth, bro.
pushing, trying to find a fourth and really put this game to bed. No one up in support. One.
Ting, tang, ting, tang. ¿Y qué fue? I got that stuck in my head, yo.
Ball headed up and over. That's for a corner. ball goes all the way through, and Edouard Mendy is there.
Damn, Congo almost scored, yo. Oh, look at that
That's
shot.
an opportunity.
South Africa. Little drone shot. That's fire.
Mendy was there lurking at the back post, and regarding the captain now in discussion with the opposite man in the Senegal team. It was chested down. Sami. Rushing in and flips. Smedley. Played over the 90.
We played 6 minutes, but we don't know how much more time is in the Senegal game. 7 minutes left. 7 minutes of extra time. Only 30 seconds left in South Africa versus Niger. You care for it?
And that is it.
Game. Blouses, y'all. 6 minutes in. 7 minutes in.
Group on 18 points.
Wow.
What was a 1 point gap in the advantage of DR Congo is now a 2 point gap advantage Senegal with 2 games left to play. Well, they did it the hard way.
They did do it the hard way. Coming down from 2.
33 minutes, but fighting back in the latter stage.
That's a big win for Senegal. I'm not gonna lie. This was a great game.
Some breathing room going into the last 2 games and top the group.
So yeah, we're gonna hop back on stream in about an hour, y'all. Come tap in. We're gonna watch. Man, I see Aaron Wan-Bissaka walking away.
Goal ruled offside.
We're gonna watch Ivory Coast versus Gabon.
Finished here. Democratic Republic of Congo 2, Senegal 3.
Game blouses. All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody who tapped in. This was a great game. We'll be back in just an hour. Make sure to tap into my stream. I'm going to schedule it right now so you'll see. We're going to watch Ivory Coast versus Gabon. Keep this World Cup qualifying going. 2 more matches to go for these teams who have already played. Gabon's another one that's going to be interesting because they are top of the table with – well, no, they're not top of the table. I'm sorry. Ivory Coast is top of the table, and they're second place. We just saw second place Senegal usurp top of the table Congo. This is why we play these World Cup qualifying matches. There's people running all over the field now, people throwing bottles. Obviously, the Congolese fans are pissed. And then there's wild guys streaking across the field. That's crazy. But a big win for the Senegalese team who are running crazy. Wow. They're still throwing stuff out of the stands. And these guys are just running around streaking the field. It's crazy. Appreciate you, Lancelot. Great questions. Hopefully you'll pop back up, or if not, we will see you on the next stream. We got a lot coming. And then obviously we get back to regular season club action into the week. Can't wait for that. Honestly came to the stream just to support the channel and to chat with you. I appreciate you. Exactly. That's what it's about, bro. It's just about talking. You know, I appreciate the support, talking footy, bringing people to the stream, connecting with cultures all around the world, getting good, dope World Cup memories, all of that. So definitely appreciate you, bro. And I'll see you on the next one for sure. Great game we just watched here. You know, we're always watching footy, and we will keep doing it as long as I am still breathing and have enough money in my pocket to do that. We will do that. That's how we're going to do it. Abrazo, irmão. Brigado, and we'll see you soon. Peace, everyone. Next one. Peace. ¿Y qué fue? I need to get some like music going for like the ends of my streams, you know? We'll get that at some point.